All righty, what's going on, New York Giants fans? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. We are live here on a Monday, not a victory Monday. It's a losing Monday, and we did lose 40-0. And, you know, it's been a tough Monday for me. I know it's been a tough Monday for you. The ridicule, the mockery, the embarrassment, the hate text, it's all been a little bit too much for me. But you know what? We're on to Arizona. We're on to Arizona. Week 2 is a couple of days away. And the Giants have a chance to get right back in the win column against the Arizona Cardinals, who are one of the worst teams in the National Football League and are publicly tanking. In today's video, though, we're going to take a look how the Giants can fix their offensive line. We have 5 burning questions that the Giants will need to answer prior to week 2, and then we're going to close out the show with a mailbag, though. I want to know who the real ones are, because this is where the real ones stand up. We're 0-1. You just lost 40-0. Who's the real one? Who's tuning in to Giants Now right now? Give me a real one down in the comments section. Let's go. Light up the comments for me. Everybody that types real one, I'm going to be giving you a shout out. As we are getting some news, the Cardinals will start Josh Dobbs in week 2 versus the New York Giants. The Giants will be taking on Josh Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals. Shout out to Nope, real one. Bryce is a real one. Nick's Galaxy is a real one. Shane is a real one. My man Big Ron is a real one. Jules, the kid Jamar is a real one. Steamy Prods is a real one. Bamathan 22. If I didn't say that right, I apologize. A real one. What's going on? Corey's a real one. Golden Leo's a real one. Screwed World is a real one because I watched the entire game while suffering. Yeah, so did we. It was not fun. The Big Moo, salute to you, my man. You are the definition of a real one. Arizona will kill us. O-line sucks. We'll talk about how Arizona did in week 1, and they had 6 sacks against Washington. Flex is a real one. Streamy Prods. Sports Hulk says we need to score more points. Michael says I'm still processing the series of events that happened the other night. It wasn't the other night. It was last night. I wish it was the other night. MNY5506 is a real one. Titua is a real one. Nathaniel says, let's go New York Giants from upstate New York. Love that. Nathaniel's a real one. Sports Hulk, Jonathan Torres, Watson. Let's go. Pedro, Bryce, Big Blue, Cole Stevens. A whole bunch of real ones in the chat. Seeps, I want you to answer this question first for me.
Okay.
What is your confidence level in this Giants offensive line? 1 being you're not confident at all, 10 being you're confident.
After yesterday, I'm probably going a solid 2. I'll go a solid 2, especially with the Andrew Thomas injury news. If he was fully healthy, probably him alone gets me up to a 5, but yeah, not looking good.
I want to hear from y'all. What is your confidence level in the New York Giants offensive line right now? 1 being you're not confident at all, 10 being you're being extremely confident.
I'll tell you what, I kind of spoiled the PFF grades
Go
for
ahead, man.
Galinsky so far. I couldn't believe this, everybody. That looks weird. Oh, it's 'cause it's supposed to be a list 5. But this is absolutely insane. This is not a typo on your guys' screen right now. A 1.0 pass blocking grade.
He was awful.
Like, what did he get the point for, though? What did he do?
I think you get a point for just putting your jersey on.
I mean, I don't know how his run block grade was a 66.7.
That is not a typo. A 1.0 pass block grade
I can't believe
for
it.
Mark Lewinsky.
I couldn't believe it.
He was an embarrassment, Corinne. He was awful. It was the worst performance by a Giants offensive lineman I have seen in my 28 years of watching this football team. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let me know. What's your confidence level? I got a 0, 4, 2, -3, 4, 4, 2, 3, -10, -4.
What are you at?
Not high. I'm not high on him. I wish I was, but I'm not, if you know what I'm saying. Big Blues giving him a 3. Screwed World said maybe want to suit up. You couldn't have been worse. You couldn't have been worse. Eric Cruz, what up, Eric? Happy Monday, my man. He's giving him a 4. Bryce gives him an 8. Bryce is confident.
An 8, Bryce.
I wish I was there with you, Bryce, but I'm not. I'm at about a 3.5.
3.5?
Just because I believe in Andrew Thomas and I believe in John Michael Schmitz.
So you're out on Evan Neal now.
He's on the hot seat.
When do you start calling him a bust? You give him till Thanksgiving? You give him like...
He is on the path of being a bust, but I don't think it's fair to call someone a bust until they do 2 seasons in the NFL.
Yeah.
If by week 17, week 18...
You'll know.
If by week 18 he's the same player as he was in week 2...
You'll know.
He's a bust.
I don't know.
He's a bust.
Cardinals sneaky pass rush this week, Marsh.
Six sacks.
First half. In the first half. They got some dogs over there.
Bill says 3. John Michael Schmitz can't snap. A lot of low snaps last night from John Michael. I don't know if it was because of the rain. I don't know if it was the technique he was using when it comes to the drop snap. We know that's a thing he likes to use.
I don't know if...
I kind of just want to call it a wash.
Yeah. Just like everything went bad.
Everything, what could go wrong, went wrong.
Burn the tape.
This might be a little cruel to say. If that was an away game, I wouldn't be shocked if that plane crashed. That's the type of night it was.
Yeah.
What could go wrong, went wrong.
On the way home. Yeah, that was something, man. That was something.
I like the big moo. He's calling him Blowinski.
Yeah,
we might be calling him Blowinski.
Literally, Marsh turns to me, big move, before we go live. He's like, we might have to start calling him Blowinski.
He blows.
He stinks. How is he a starter?
Because he was good for the Colts back in 2021. He was decent-ish for the Giants last year.
Was that just because he was playing against other good around other good offensive linemen?
Maybe.
So I feel like that, especially interior guys, like if you got a good center and a guard next to you, like, and those 3 are solid, like, you can make a bad offensive lineman look good.
Ridiculous.
Tisk.
Man. We're gonna have a classic vent session today. Get your questions in the chat. I just want to answer questions from you guys. Look, I know that, last night was disappointing. Not a lot of fun. Exactly 0 fun. But I just want to go and have a conversation with you guys. We're going to have a mailbag coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Go down to the comment section and use hashtag Giants to get your comment featured up on screen. Make it easy on Patrick Seaman.
I have a question.
Hashtag Giants. What's your question?
Is it time to start tanking for Caleb Williams?
No. Because if you cut Daniel Jones after this year, you have a $70 million dead cap hit.
Yeah, never mind.
Is Caleb Williams not playing year 1? Or you draft him and then just bench DJ? Might as well just cut him then at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat. Gabriel says Giants are trading for Caleb Williams. Well, you can't trade for somebody in college, my man. Can't trade for someone in college.
And I don't know if that number 1 overall pick is possible to be traded. I feel like whoever gets that is
they're not trading it.
Like it's kind of like the Victor Wembanyama number 1 overall pick. Like I don't think you can.
I see some people in the chat asking, is Andrew Thomas hurt? He is going to have an MRI. Brian Daboll said he will reveal the MRI on Wednesday. He said the same thing for Graham Gano. Gano, I think, either got cleated or kicked in his leg on the blocked field goal. So maybe just a little bruise right there from both of them. Best case scenario, we get good news Wednesday morning, and they're both going to play.
I know everybody's down in the dumps right now, but the come-up's going to feel so much better.
We've always been a get-it-out-the-mud squad.
Like, listen, Daboll's going to have the boys reset at practice. I mean, you guys know, if you guys have even played sports in elementary school, like, the practice after getting your ass kicked, everybody's got to be locked in whether you like it or not. And I tell you what, Daboll, Wink, Kafka, they will have this entire 53-man unit, eyeballs on them. They will all be locked in because when you get embarrassed on a national stage like that, you don't want to go on social media. All you want to do is go back to work. All you want to do, they're probably itching to get out there against the Arizona Cardinals. Absolutely itching. So if you're a good team and you get embarrassed on national TV, you kick the shit out of the Cardinals next week. You don't win by a touchdown either. You
style points?
Style, but yes, you have to go style points. You got Waller's got to have 2 tuds. Saquon's got to have 2 tuds. if you are a good football team and you are a good coaching staff, you get embarrassed on national TV, you go do it again.
I thought they abandoned the run too early.
Yeah.
That first drive, they were running the ball about 4 yards per pop. We talked about JMS getting downfield, making good blocks. Then you go 3 and out the next drive, and you're sacked. And
the thing that sucked, too, was that stupid motion that they were running.
I was not a fan of that.
It was too much.
Too much.
Like, I get what you're trying to do. Like, I love motion. Like, everybody loves pre-snap motion. It helps a lot, but I don't know.
Can you just fix that? I guess I accidentally held down the shift button. Get your questions in. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat to be featured on the show. We're going to have a mailbag coming up in about 10, 15 minutes or so. So go ahead, use hashtag Giants or Super Chat. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat. Eric Cruz, we'll get to your Super Chat in a second. Seeps has got to do some stuff behind the scenes. You take care of that, Seeps. That's more important. Keep getting your questions in. Miller, get a question in the comment section for me. JAADA says psychological defeat is the most difficult to overcome. That's fair. Air Force says, did the Cowgirls win the Super Bowl? Wait, no, they have not. They're just 1-0. Ashton says, should we move Neal to guard soon? That's definitely going to be on the table. Definitely going to be on the table. Mr. Rick, what's going on, Mr. Rick? Say something to cheer me up. It's been a rough day. Been a rough day. Steamy, you don't have to spam your question, but I will say this. What's my favorite player? We're probably not going to answer that in the mailbag. We're trying to get more game, news, and rumors-related question. My favorite player on this team, probably Dexter Lawrence. Would be my answer to that. Dexter Lawrence or Kayvon Thibodeau. That'd be my answer. B.A. Matham says, people who think our season over never played football. Exactly. The Cincinnati Bengals started 0-2 last year. The San Francisco 49ers lost to the Chicago Bears in Week 1 last year. Both those teams, I believe, made it to the Final Four.
Yep.
Both those teams made it to the Final Four. Season's not over. Season is not over. Honestly, if you think the season's over, unsubscribe and leave this channel. Because I don't want you soft-minded individuals watching us. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. You don't quit. Season's not over. It's one game. One game. Big Hitter says, do you think this game was a fluke? We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Eric Cruz did come in with a $5 super chat. Marsh, when it's Arch Manning coming in the draft, do you think we should take to get him when he comes in the draft? No. No, I do not. I don't believe really in tanking in football. Too physical of a game, too violent of a game. People are putting their bodies on the line every single game. No. I don't think you tank in the NFL. I don't think you do. We got 155 people watching. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon for us. Let's get up to 50 likes. We're not starting the show till we get to 50 likes. So smash that thumbs up icon. Easiest way to support the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's go. Come on. Mr. Rick says that Mr. Rick has been blessing us with some New York Giants gear. He's a legend. That means good stuff for y'all coming. Mr. Rick, I've been drinking out of this cup.
It's a cool cup.
Maybe I need to change my cup. This is a bad cup.
Right now, you got to give it another chance, Marsh. We're saying not to overreact to Week 1. You can as well. But if you lose to the Cardinals, yeah, we're changing the cup.
It's a good cup, though, Mr. Rick. It's a good cup. Hit that thumbs up icon. 160 people watching. We're going to talk offensive line, free agent targets, how the Giants can fix this mess I have 5 burning questions that Brian Daboll and the Giants must answer, and then we have a mailbag coming up around the corner, but we're not starting the show till we get to 50 likes. We're 8 away. As Mikey comes in with a $5 super chat, Mikey, salute to you. Thanks for the love, my man. Says, with how bad the line was yesterday, I tried Neal at guard and Azudu at tackle. Can't get any worse, right? I told Seeps it couldn't get any worse when it was 16-0, and man, oh man, was I wrong.
Oh, it got way worse.
I think we may be jumping the gun a little bit on moving Evan Neal to guard. I think Neal to guard is a year 3 thing. If he can't get it fixed, that's the last-ditch effort. You're like, look, you didn't play good at tackle your first or second year. Last-ditch effort, we move you to guard for year 3. I don't know if you do that after the first game of his second season in the National Football League. What do you think, Steve? Think it's a little early for the guard talk?
Yeah, I mean, because what we were talking about, like continuity within the interior of the offensive line, like that's just
that was already terrible.
And now it would just be worse if you did that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would just stunt, because then you're asking him to play a whole new position. Like, he's got to learn the assignments and everything. Maybe at the end of this year, I don't know. Give him a whole offseason to work at it, but you got to think, he was training this whole offseason to be a tackle.
How does that even happen? Because I think I got that out of the Autobot.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Let me check something on my end. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. We're going to get rolling in just a second. I got to check something out from my end. If you've liked the video, I want you to type me in the comment section, and Seeps is going to give you some shout-outs real quick.
Let's go.
If you've liked the video, type me.
Nope saying, dude, DJ is going to get hurt. Yeah, I mean, those run plays they were running down 40 were absolutely egregious. Sportsman6 saying, I do. Ashton saying me. Sportsman6 also liked the video. Shane Tompkins saying me. Jalen Smith saying me. Rob Simpy, a legend here, said me. Joe Triton Schmidt liked the video. Karen, Terrier Mom, liked the video as well. Me, Deontay Banks is a stud. Banks actually didn't look too bad yesterday.
Banks, I actually went and watched, I forget if it was Nick Filato or somebody on Twitter tweeted out every rep from Deontay Banks, and he actually played good before he got hurt, which wasn't really even hurt. He was just cramping. It was raining. Precautionary measure by the Giants. Caesar, $2 super chat. McFadden looked better than Okereke, in my opinion. Concerns? No. No concerns. Okereke had a forced fumble. I thought McFadden looked good, but I'm not worried about Okereke at all. He's a good football player. Too smart, too fast, too strong. All righty. Let's get into it. Giants offensive line targets right now. Coming up on today's video, I'm going to give you 4 players the Giants could sign right now to improve their offensive line after the disaster class that they put on display Sunday night in the 40-0 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. But first, I want to get you guys involved in the comment section. What is your confidence level in the Giants offensive line? 1 being, you're not confident at all. 10 being, you believe in these guys and they are 100% going to turn it around. Sound off for me down below. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. With the Giants having one of the worst offensive line performances they have ever had, a team has ever had, I thought it would be a good idea to go and look at NFL free agency and look at 4 guys that the Giants could potentially sign. Obviously, we don't want the Giants to sign or need them to sign. Well, we might actually. They won't sign 4 guys, but maybe one of these guys they could sign, be a plug-and-play starter, and improve this offensive line because they were brutal last night. Ben Bredesen was no good. John Michael Schmitz was all right. Mark Lewinsky, absolutely terrible. Evan Neal, he looked worse than he's ever looked in the National Football League before. Now we have injuries. Matt Peart is hurt. Andrew Thomas is hurt. Could we see potentially Joshua Zudu go to left tackle? Will they bench Mark Lewinsky? A lot of tough decisions for Brian Daboll and Bobby Johnson right now. I mean, you look at the stats and the lack of production this team put up. I mean, everybody on the O-line was bad. Thomas had probably his worst game in the last 2 years. Ben Bredesen was no good. John Michael Schmitz, Mark Lewinsky, 9 pressures, 3 sacks. You gave up 3 sacks in one game. Some people don't do that in an entire season. And then Evan Neal, 8 pressures and 1 sack. The whole right side of that line was terrible. Daniel Jones was pressured on 67% of his passes, 13% higher than any other quarterback in the National Football League in Week 1. I think the Cowboys had 30-something pressures, and Daniel Jones only threw the ball 22 times. Not good. Not good at all. How can they fix it? Let's talk about potential offensive line free agent targets. And let's start with the familiar face for the New York Giants. What about Justin Pugh? 33 years old. He can play at the interior. He can also bounce outside a little bit. He's been a journeyman up to this point in his career, and he actually spoke recently and talked about potentially joining the New York Giants on the Talkin' Ball podcast. Quote, they were asked, do you want to get back in the NFL? And he said, 100%. I mean, the Giants, one of the teams that I am definitely eyeing. There's no denying that. I've mentioned it on Twitter before. It's where I started my career, and I would love to finish it there. But they also have things in their organization that they have to get figured out, talking about who's going to play other offensive linemen. So, going to be something that a guy I'm looking at, definitely. But at this point, Justin Pugh is what he is. You look at what he did last year for the Arizona Cardinals, had a PFF grade of 61, a run block grade of 62.4, and a pass block grade of my computer just kind of died. 52 and a half. The year before that, 77 pass block grade. Look, at this point, anything would potentially be better than what the Giants have right now at the interior offensive line spot. I'd be cool if they went out and signed him, but I don't think if the Giants just go out and add Justin Pugh, this thing is going to be fixed. More of a Band-Aid, help you in the moment. I wouldn't be shocked if they did it, but he would be a starter immediately on this team. The best free agent offensive lineman left right now is Dalton Risner, 28 years old. He was a mid-round pick out of Kansas State just a couple of years ago, and he was absolutely dominant for the Denver Broncos over the early part of his career. He's a guy that I do think could fix this offensive line. He's a guy that I think could make this a good offensive line. Never graded below a 69.6 as a pass blocker. Definitely a better pass blocker than he is run blocker, but he's a serviceable starting offensive lineman. He's better than Mark Lewinsky. He's better than Ben Bredesen, and he is absolutely better than any interior offensive lineman on this team not named John Michael Schmitz. I would be a fan, and that would be the number one person I would go after, Dalton Risner, who reportedly is getting some interest from the Minnesota Vikings. But look, money talks. And if the Giants can offer him a little bit more money, remember they can create almost $19-20 million by restructuring a couple people. Only going to take, I would think, a couple $1 million to get it done. We'll see how serious Joe Schoen is right now about this O-line. We have more players to talk about, but first, I want to give a huge shout-out to today's sponsor, AG1. Go to drinkag1.com/chatsports and get hooked up with them. That link will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. I have AG1 literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at drinkag1.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. And I love the benefits that it comes with when you use it daily. It promotes gut health. And me, I need that. Supports immunity. I need that. And sometimes these long days, NFL season, I got to boost my focus and energy. And AG1 really helps me with that. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition. Covering my nutritional base for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust AG1. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. I also love that it costs less than $3 a day. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then AG1 is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/chatsports. You're going to love it. I promise. This link will be clickable down below in the comments and description of this video. Third offensive lineman I want to talk about in today's video. What about Andrew Norwell? Once a player that the Giants wanted to give the bag in NFL free agency when they decided to end up signing, I can't even remember his name at this point. My head is just discombobulated. The right tackle from the Patriots, Nate Solder. They missed out on Norwell, had to settle for Solder. And last year, Norwell wasn't all that good, but he was better than what the Giants have right now. Allowed 4 sacks, 4 QB hits, and 21 hurries allowed. Think about it like this. 9 pressures allowed for Mark Lewinsky in one game. He did that in 1,000 snaps. So he would absolutely be an upgrade immediately compared to what they did. Last year, graded out 60.8 as a pass blocker. The year before that, 73.5. Year before that, 80. Year before that, 74.2. Year before that, 82. Year before that, 92.1. 31 years old, so a little bit long in the tooth, but he's definitely someone that would make this O-line better. And I don't think he's going to cost all that much money. I think the Giants should go out and see if Norwell wants to come play for Big Blue. If the Giants do make a move, they sign Norwell, they sign Risner, they sign Pugh, we're going to get a video out for you guys as soon as possible. If the Giants make a move, we make a video. More Giants content on this channel and any other YouTube channel out there. So subscribe and turn your notifications on, youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. Oh, the last player we're going to talk about on today's video. What about Jason Peters, the old man, the OG, 41 years old? You say, man, he can't be good anymore. Well, in my opinion, he would probably be the 3rd best offensive lineman on this team. And with Andrew Thomas and Matt Peart dealing with some injuries, they could miss some time. You could use a tackle. You could use a guy that could slide into guard. And Jason Peters last year for the Dallas Cowboys was actually good. In 235 snaps, he allowed just 1 sack. He allowed just 1 hit and 9 QB hurries. Remember, Lewinsky did that in 1 game. Evan Neal allowed 8 in 1 game. Jason Peters with a 71.8 pass block grade last year for the Cowboys. I know he's older, and I know it's just a stopgap. But at this point, just fix the damn problem. And Jason Peters can do that. Had a 70 overall PFF grade in 2022, a 77.5 grade in 2021, an 82.3 grade in 2019. I know he's not that same guy, but he's better than Lewinsky, he's better than Bredesen, and he's better than any interior offensive lineman that the Giants have. Joe Shane, if you want to win football games, you go sign one of these 4 offensive linemen right now. If I had to power rank them, it would be 1, it would be 2, it would be 3, and it would be 4. And I'd be okay with Justin Pugh. I want the Giants to sign the OG, Jason Peters, but I'll let you choose. Who do you want the Giants to sign? Type JP for Justin Pugh, DR for Dalton Risner, AN for Andrew Norwell, or if you're riding with me, the OG, type OG for Jason Peters down in the comment section. If I find out any more news, info, updates, or anything on offensive linemen the Giants may sign, first place you're going to hear about it is on my Twitter, @MarshallGreen_. So give me a follow, and let's go Big Blue. Bring me the OG.
Jason Peters?
Kind of still a dog.
Yeah, dude, that's embarrassing, those Lewinsky stats. Giving him the same amount of pressures as dudes do in the entire season.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
How much fun is that film session for the Giants offensive line coach today? Like, he's probably having a field day.
Yeah, he's also on the hot seat. Bobby Johnson, hot seat.
OG Bobby Johnson.
OG Bobby Johnson. Looks like we got some OGs, Justin Pughes, Dalton Risner, Mr. Rick going with OG. Look, he's played for the Cowboys. He's played for the Eagles. He knows what it's like to play in the NFC Beast. Bring me the OG.
Peters.
I'm about to remake that thumbnail and put Peters on
Peters
there.
on it? Yeah, you got to get rid of DR, man.
He's not noticeable, so probably.
Who, Dalton Risner?
No one knows who he
moves the needle.
Do we take Pugh out or make it a 3-person thumb?
Yeah, take Pugh out.
OG. You got to do something.
You have to. You can't run that right side of the offensive line the entire season. Also, probably makes the job on John Michael Schmitz so much more challenging that he's got to deal with Galinsky to the right of him.
Ridiculous. Brazy says all these guys are better than our interior. Yeah, they are.
Bill, the highest graded Giants pass blocker was Saquon. That's hilarious.
Holy shit. Rob Simpy, MVP from last night's game, says no one cares about Giants. Cowboys fans in here. A loss was one loss. When Dallas fan does something worthwhile, let me know. Agreed.
True.
Nobody's better at pumping their chest out in September than the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
But, you know, when weather gets cold, December, January, they go into hibernation because their season usually ends earlier.
You don't want to peak in September.
Look, last year Giants started out 2-0, 3-0. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
I've always been a dude that's gotten it out the mud.
Yeah.
Let's go beat Arizona, and let's shock the world Monday night against 49ers.
Yep.
Let's go shock the world.
I'll tell you what, Galinsky, if he's starting against 49ers, might be a long night. But
what about last night? I just remember this one. They asked Daniel Bellinger to block DeMarcus Lawrence one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's terrible coaching.
That's like one of those things where it's like you could be the most casual NFL fan. If you see your tight end blocking an edge
one-on-one.
And plus that was like a long, drawn out like play action. Like you gotta have him like just makes no sense.
None at all. It legitimately made no sense. Miller, I still do believe this team can win 10 games. I had the Giants splitting with the Cowboys anyways. I just had the dates wrong. Yeah. We do have a mailbag coming up in a second. I want your questions to be featured. Hashtag Giants in the comment section, and producer Seeps will pop your questions up on screen. Also, if you super chat and it's Giants related, guaranteed to be on the show. Tom Saunders says the Giants will never beat the 49ers. Well, they beat them back in 2012 to go to the Super Bowl, so yeah. All righty. Let's we got 5 burning questions.
5, like they're hot.
These are hot, spicy questions.
The first question, I'll tease it to you guys, is Tommy DeVito, should he start week 2 versus the Arizona Cardinals? People are talking.
What up, William Lano? Yeah, tough loss, brother. Tough loss. Yeah, tough loss. Don't have much more to say about that one. Hey, you know what I'm doing? On to Arizona.
On to Arizona.
We're on to Arizona.
And you better beat Arizona.
It's a must-win game.
It is. Week 2 must-win game.
Must-win game this Sunday in Arizona, the desert. No, Tommy DeVito is not starting. Seeps out here spreading fake news.
All I heard was that Daboll had a conversation after the game is if he should start DeVito.
All righty, let's get into it. We're on to Arizona. And if you want the Giants to beat the Cardinals this Sunday in the desert, I need everybody right now to hit that thumbs up icon. Look, we asked you guys to do this week 1. We clearly didn't get enough likes. We actually got less likes than the Dallas Cowboys report. That's why we lost. We're on to Arizona, and I need your help. You want to go 1-1? Hit that thumbs up icon right now. Coming up on today's show, I have 5 burning questions for the New York Giants after the defeat they suffered against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. How can Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen answer these 5 questions? Because they're going to have to if they want to save this season before it gets uglier and uglier. Burning question number 1. Can Evan Neal rebound from his week 1 disaster class? My mindset on Evan Neal going into week 1 was this. Hey, if you struggle versus Micah Parsons, that's okay. Micah Parsons is Micah Parsons. If you struggle versus DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm going to be a little bit upset because DeMarcus Lawrence is not that guy anymore. The thing is, Evan Neal couldn't even block the backups for the Dallas Cowboys. Odighizuwa, Sam Webb, or whatever his name is, Webb, the dude from Sam Williams, excuse me. He couldn't block anyone. And that's why PFF gave him a 46.8 grade, a pass block grade of 25. He allowed 8 pressures in a whole football game and 1 sack. It boils down to this. Evan Neal, you have to step up. You owe this team that. You owe this team being better than what you were, not only Sunday, but all of last year. You weren't a 7th-round pick. You weren't a 5th-round pick. You weren't a guy that was taken into the 3rd round that needed to develop. You were selected number 7 overall. You were expected to be a plug-and-play player that would make an impact, and you haven't done it yet. It's year 2. No one's coddling you anymore. Be better, or you're not going to be a starter on this team next year. It's that simple. I want to take a look at this. Evan Neal was the 59th out of 60 qualifying tackles in week 1. Glowinski was 56 out of 58. Jordan Renan said he went back and watched, as did I, and 5 of them came from the right side. Evan Neal had a pass block win rate of 70%. That is god-awful. I'm rooting for you, Evan Neal. I know you work hard. I know you want to be great. You're not a loser like Eric Flowers was. But at the end of the day, you're the same guy at this point. You've been a bust. You're on your way to being a bust. And now is the time to fix it because you don't have much longer. I'll ask this question. I'll open the floor for you guys. Is Evan Neal a bust? Is Evan Neal a bust? I'm worried. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried am I? It's a freaking 15. Is he a bust? Type B for bust. Type T for he needs more time. Let me know what you think. Burning question number 2. Let's stick right on the offensive line. Will the Giants bench Mark Glowinski for Joshua Ezeudu? Mark Glowinski was literally the worst offensive lineman in the entire National Football League in week 1. And right now, he should not be playing for this football team. Joshua Ezeudu was a top 75 pick in the 2022 NFL draft. Best man should play. And I'd rather watch the young kid struggle than this guy right here. We'll tell you more about Mark Glowinski coming up in a second, but I got to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor, AG1. Go to drinkag1.com/chatsports. That link will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's video. I'm a huge fan of AG1, from the benefits that you get from it, but also the taste. Let me tell you about them. I literally take it every day. I get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at drinkag1.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day because it promotes gut health. And if you know me, I need that. It also supports immunity, which I also need. And maybe I need to focus up and have more energy and do a better job studying this football team. And I could do that with AG1. It empowers the gut for whole body health, which is something that I need. I start the day with making one great choice, AG1, and more healthy decisions then follow. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally could not be easier, which is why I trust AG1. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. I also love that it costs less than $3 a day, which is awesome if you ask me. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then AG1 is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. Go to drinkag1.com/chatsports. Huge shout out to AG1 for coming back to sponsor Giants Now for the football season. I want to say thank you. And I'm asking you guys to help us out and support the sponsor, drinkag1.com/chatsports. I promise you, you're going to like it. You're not going to like these stats you're looking at from Mark Glowinski, though, right now. Seeps, is that a typo? A pass block grade of 1.0?
No, that is correct. The graphic is correct.
1.0.
1.0 is correct.
Not 10.0.
Not even like 11.0. No, it is 1.0.
This man had a 1.0 pass block grade. They literally give you 5 points for writing your name on the test. Mark Glowinski, are you kidding me? The worst performance I have ever seen by a Giants offensive lineman. The man allowed 9 pressures in 4 quarters and 3 sacks. Some people don't do that in a 17-long game season. Marky Mark. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care. The best man should play. I would also rather see Joshua Zudu, the young buck, play. He's better than Glowinski, and I don't want to see Glowinski struggle anymore. I'm tired of it. It's ridiculous. Pick a starter for me. Pick a starter. Who do you want to see start at the right guard spot? Is it Joshua Zudu? Is it Mark Glowinski? I hate that this guy has these initials because it's putting freaking dirt on my name right now. Type JE or MG. Who do you want to see start this Sunday, week 2 against the Arizona Cardinals? Burning question number 3. Are the Giants that bad, or are the Cowboys that good? That's the question that's been going on in my mind for the past 24 hours since this game has happened. And I think I came up with this answer. I think it's a mix. I don't think we are 40 points worse than the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't think the Cowboys are 40 points better than us. Which leads me to this question. Does the game unfold like that if the field goal on the first drive after you drove the ball down their throat, got inside the 10-yard line, faced with a 3rd and 1, your all-pro offensive tackle has a false start, 3rd and 6. Your rookie center snaps it in the dirt past Daniel Jones, the 4th and 13. Field goal blocked, 9-point swing. If that doesn't happen, if the field goal's not blocked, does the game go that way? Did the weather have an impact? Did it snowball? Did it just could go wrong? Did go wrong? I have so many questions. I don't know. I don't know if the Giants suck. I don't think they do. They have too many good football players that I truly believe in. I believe in Dexter Lawrence. I believe in Andrew Thomas. I believe in Aziz Ojolari and Kayvon Thibodeau and Leonard Williams and Bobby Okereke and Xavier McKinney and Dory Jackson and Saquon Barkley and Darren Waller and some of these receivers. And I even believe in Daniel Jones. There's no way they are that bad. Do they suck? Do the Giants just suck? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm saying no. I do not think this team sucks. I think it's snowballed. I really do. I don't think they suck that much. They're not better than the Cowboys, though. I know that. Burning question number 4. Is week 3 versus the Cardinals a must-win? You effing betcha. You effing betcha. Absolutely, it's a must-win. If the Giants don't beat the Cardinals week 2, the season is cooked. It's over. Because this is important info. Not including the 2022 season. I couldn't find those stats. So from 2021 to the merger back in 1970, there have been 400 teams to start the NFL season with a record of 0-2. And according to StatHead, of those 400, only 38 have reached the playoffs. I'm not good at math here, but I believe if I divide 38 by 4, that's 9.5%. Which tells me the Giants have a 9.5% chance to make the playoffs if they start 0-2. This is 100% a must-win football game. This is a playoff game. You have to win because you got the Niners in week 3. Then you got to play the Dolphins and the Bills and the Jets, and then you got to go back and play Seattle. Schedule doesn't get any easier. Luckily, you get to play the actively tanking Arizona Cardinals, and the Giants enter as 4.5-point favorites. So I'm feeling good. You should beat the Cardinals. If you lose to a Josh Dobbs-led football team, tank. I know I just said I don't believe in tanking, but if you can't beat the astronaut, Josh Dobbs, you don't deserve to compete, to be quite frank with you. You really don't. My concern? The Cardinals have a good pass rush. Right now, that's the Achilles heel for the Giants. They had 6 sacks versus Washington. You better not let Daniel Jones get sacked 6 times. Or Bobby Johnson, he may be having to fly southwest back to New Jersey, pack his bags, because he should be fired if that happens. He's been awful in 2 years as an offensive line coach. Who do you got? Who do you got in week 2? Is it the G-Men? Is it the worst franchise in the National Football League? Type NYG for the Giants, ARI for the Arizona Cardinals. Who's winning week 2? It better frickin' be Big Blue. Last burning question. Can Daniel Jones lead this offense? Can Daniel Jones lead this offense? Because the deceiving nature of this offense, the play action, the rollout, the bootleg, the dump it in the flat, that ain't working anymore. It didn't work versus the Eagles when you scored 7 points. It didn't work against the Dallas Cowboys when you couldn't even freaking put a point on the board. They watched tape. They studied. You have to find a new way to move the ball. You have to find another way to score points. And my question is, can Daniel Jones do that? Did he have no chance to succeed yesterday? He did not. He did not have a chance to succeed. But he also didn't play good. Let's be honest. Call a spade a spade. Both can be true. The game's not his fault. He didn't have any time, but he also didn't play good. Dumb throws to Stephon Gilmore. Dumb throws over the middle to Malik Hooker, who dropped an interception. A lot of dumb plays. But I think Austin Gale maps it out perfectly here. Talks about EPA, estimated points added. Talks about how impactful each play you make is. In a clean pocket with no pressure, Daniel Jones ranked as the 28th quarterback. 2 teams haven't played yet. That means 2 teams haven't even played yet. Yeah, a little bit worrisome. This play is also worrisome. We saw this from Daniel Jones last year. 3rd and 18 on Sunday night against the Cowboys. He has Isaiah Hodgins wide open. No one is guarding him. Trayvon Diggs looking in the backfield. It's cover 2. There is a safety right here, but you know Mario Manningham and Eli Manning, they would kill to be faced with a cover 2 hole shot. You put the ball in the spot and you make a play. And yes, the answer is he was not under pressure. He was not. Look at the pocket. And the pre-snap reads are once again a concern for me for Daniel Jones. This is a cover 2 look through and through. Press on the outside, 2 single high safeties. You got a little box house look right there. That means it's cover 2 or cover 4. It's 3rd and 18, you got press corner. It ain't cover 4. Read the play. You take the snap, you look left, you stare at Diggs, he stays, Hodgins goes outside, and you throw it in the hole. It's that simple. It's that freaking simple. He was seeing ghosts once again. Also this play, wide open. Jalen Hyatt running across the field. Stephon Gilmore's right there. He's cooked. That's who's guarding him. And you make Hyatt have to try to make a catch like this. Should Hyatt have caught the ball? Absolutely. But you make $160 million. Get the ball to the fastest guy on the field where he doesn't have to break stride, and it's right here. And he might still be running, and we could be dancing in the end zone. And no, he wasn't under pressure. He has all the pocket in the world. But you know what pissed me off about this throw? He threw it like this. He didn't step into it. He didn't rip it, and that's why it was off target. He was scared to step up in the pocket. I don't care how many times you get hit. Once you're scared, once you start seeing ghosts, you're cooked. And that's what Daniel Jones was. Look how much room he has right here to step up. You should have hit your back foot, scooted up, and fired a dart to Hyatt right here. But you threw it behind him, and he dropped it. He should have caught it, but it should have been a better throw from the $160 million man. Do you believe in Daniel Jones? Do you believe in Daniel Jones? I do. I do believe in Daniel Jones. So I'm going to type my Go DJ for Go DJ. That's my DJ. Let me know. Do you believe in Daniel Jones? Type Go DJ for yes, no DJ for no. Let me know what you think. As always, you can hit me up on Twitter. Always down to talk more Giants football over there at @MarshallGreen_. I appreciate everybody that always shows love to this channel. We'll see you later. Go Big Blue. As we did get $100 super chat from Queenie. Bang! Everybody drop your cues down in the comment section. Show some love to the queen of chat sports. We are not worthy. We are not worthy. Queenie, I'm sorry we couldn't put that up on the screen earlier. We had to get through that cut. Seeps, I could see Seeps in the TV I'm looking at, and he goes.
I was like, because it came out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere. I thought I was seeing ghosts like Danny Dimes last night, but.
That throw to Hyatt's a joke.
That is a joke.
Put it right here.
But I don't blame him. Like, if
I do blame him.
Dude, if you got pressure in your face, I mean, you know.
There wasn't on that one, though.
No, but consistently over time, you're like, you just become a little gun shy.
Eli Manning never did.
But if you're paid $40 million,
That's cool if you're a rookie quarterback.
That is true.
Your 5th year, you just got freaking $160 million. Step up and throw a strike.
Yeah, after watching it all last night, I mean, every drop back, he's probably thinking, I got 1.5 seconds. Like, that's.
But, like, you're looking literally over the middle of the field. The offensive line is unfolding right here.
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
Daniel Mendez says I'm delusional. What am I being delusional about?
So
what?
Please
let me
being
know.
A homer earlier.
How? I think I've been very critical of everybody that played.
I was going to say, what we were saying. We were talking about offensive lineman replacements, going over how DJ was bad.
Queenie says I'm in my feelings today. Queenie. Everybody is in our feelings. Do you want to go grab a Happy Dad, the shotgun tool, helmet, and sticker so I can write it on there for her? Thank you, brother. Queenie, we got some special planned for you here in a second. Shout out to you. I don't understand how you can say, what up? Yeah, and there should be a Sharpie on my desk. If not, there's one on the Super Chat shelf. I don't understand how you could say I'm being a homer or biased. I think I have been very critical of this team after week 1. Sure, if you want to say I am for what I thought they were going to win the game, sure. But whatever. Soren, why am I not wearing marine layer? I was sweating a little bit earlier. I knew I was going to get some spicy hot takes and answer the burning questions. So I decided to go with the T-shirt real quick and work out for you guys. Is that cool? You should definitely get hooked up with Marine the Layer, though. It's an awesome sponsor. Shout out to them. The hoodie they gave me is super sick. Super sick. Queenie, you're a legend, Queenie. And I got some special plan for you, Queenie. Just know, I actually need to respond to your email and get your shipping address. I did get your email. I'm like not good at checking my email. I need to be better at it. But I gotcha. Nope says Marsh, but the defense was good tonight. Well, the game was yesterday, and not really. The defense was not really that good. They couldn't get off the field on 3rd and 4th downs. That was the number one problem for me. They couldn't get off the field on 3rd and 4th downs. That was the problem, in my opinion. As Queenie, we did get a new Giants hard hat. We're actually 0-1 in the hard hat. But the rule is, if you send in a $100 super chat, you get a sticker with your name on it or initials that goes on the hard hat. And Queenie, you are the 3rd person to get a sticker this year. Drop those Qs in the comment section for Queenie. I'm just going to put a big Q because I know who that is.
Appreciate it, Queenie. The GOAT. She's the GOAT.
She's the queen of Giants now.
Queen.
The queen.
Every fan base has to have one. Every fan base.
Did you see Carl's comment?
He
needs to be more like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, it's actually pulling right here. Danny needs lessons from Kirk Cousins in the pocket. Presence and toughness. That's a great point. Kirk is actually great in the pocket. Something I respect the hell out of him. He'll stand in the pocket and he'll take a hit better than any quarterback in the NFL. You think I'm kidding? Turn on the tape, Mark.
No, I just think that's something hilarious to be the best at, taking a hit.
He is. Dude in his face, Kirk's standing right in there, and he's delivering a dot.
He's also really good, and then I'm not just saying this because of the playoff game. I saw it again yesterday on 3rd and long, throwing it short to Hawkinson.
Dude,
he did it like twice yesterday.
Dude, and then also some of the play calling yesterday, they love running Hawk on 3-yard out routes. Like, he's the highest paid tight end in the league. Like,
can we push him down the seam?
Yeah, push him down the seam. Do something, man.
Carl, good to see you in the chat. Bill, with a $10 super chat. Bill, my man, good to see you, brother. How bad was it? I was drinking my post-game margarita at the bar wearing my number 10 jersey, and some women I don't even know comes up over to me to pat me on the back, give me a hug, and says, "You'll get them next time." It was that bad.
Yeah,
it was that bad where a stranger has to come up to you.
It wasn't even like other fan bases weren't really talking shit to Giants fans.
They were like saying we're sorry for you.
Yeah, it was like the Make-A-Wish kid. Like, hey, it's gonna be all right.
And then the Bears fan tried to say their loss was as bad as ours. I fucking hate the Bears.
First off, they scored
20 points.
They won one game last season, or 3 games. They picked number 1 overall. Like,
I hate the Bears.
I hate the Bears too. I think it's their fans. The fans are the worst.
They're-
I grew up with them. I grew up in Chicago. I hate Bears fans.
I do. Bill, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Bad,
Disgusting.
Bill. Bad. Like, bad. Like, me and Sapes, I can laugh at it now.
Yeah.
The funniest play of the whole game was when it was 40-0, and the Giants were driving, and Daniel Jones hits Isaiah Hodgins for a 20-yard gain on a slant, and he fumbles.
And he gets smoked.
And it's like,
And that was against a second-string unit, third-string unit for the
it
Cowboys.
was like, it's just not our night. It's just not our night. It's like when you go to the casino and you can't hit. It was not our night. I've been there too.
Giants got
They got waxed.
waxed, dude.
Bill, it was bad. Not good.
I mean, it's up there as one of the worst performances of all time.
Nope, I literally started the show saying Deonte Banks was really good. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. He also didn't play the second half, so I'll tell you this much. Not fun to talk about who played well in a 40-point blowout because there's not many of them. But if that's your boy and you just want to hear about it, yes, he played good in the first half.
Very limited reps.
Yeah.
Like the Cowboys, they didn't really have the ball in the first half, and they weren't really throwing it too much.
Think about it like this. Giants' first drive, field goal block touchdown. They get the ball back, they punt it, they hold the Cowboys to 3, then the Giants get the ball back, and they throw a pick 6, and they get the ball back again.
Yep.
Cowboys had like 5 possessions, if that, in the first half.
A joke.
Jesus.
It's a joke.
Bill, it was bad. It was bad, Bill. Bad. Zach Attack with a $5 super chat. Most fair analysis I've heard all day. Spot on. DJ needs to be better, and this O-line needs to get their asses whooped for what happened last night. Both can be true.
Yeah, the O-line can be bad, and Danny Dimes could have an awful day.
Like, the throw to Stephon Gilmore? What are you doing? Just run out of bounds. Throw it away. Live to fight another down. Ridiculous. Zach, I try my best, and I appreciate the kind words. Mr. Rick.
The GOAT.
I love that damn dog. Last DJ rant. Why does DJ call a timeout on the first drive in the first quarter when they had Dallas defense on their heels on the 10-yard line? Let Dallas regroup. What NFL QB does that? I would like to know why the timeout was called. Was the play not in? Did Daniel Jones not like the play that was called? Were they not set? But there are quarterbacks in the NFL, Cha, that will just go to the line and call their own play. Maybe Daniel Jones doesn't have that type of decision-making. And to be quite frank with you, if he doesn't and he's making $40 million, that's a problem. The play clock ran down, so maybe they weren't ready. I really can't give you a good reason for why he did it. The play clock, yeah, but you should be ready to go. It's kind of that simple, right? You should just be ready to go. You're driving. Play should be called in. You should be ready to go. Like you said, you had Dallas on their heels. Go finish them off. And then a freaking Andrew Thomas false start out of a timeout. How does that happen?
Yeah.
And what's BS is they let every other offensive tackle do that.
And it wasn't even that egregious either. Like, it was a false start, but
They let every offensive tackle in the NFL do that.
still my favorite call of the weekend was Collinsworth on opening night saying Jawan Taylor is pretty much playing slot receiver because he's going so early. Yeah, false start was a little, like, C. Sanders, it was a false start. But it could have been one of those false starts they don't call and nobody kind of beats their eye to it.
Tired talking about this damn game. All righty, we're going to close out the show with a mailbag. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat. Get your questions in. We got 200 people watching. Use this as an opportunity to vent. We'll get your questions up on screen. We want to hear from you. Just include hashtag Giants in the comments or Super Chat. All Super Chats, Giants related, will pop up on the show. What up, everybody? You're watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. We're on to Arizona. All you could do at this point is win the next game. Let's go 1-1. Let's beat the Cardinals. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're going to continue to put out content every single day on the latest Giants news and rumors. Giants make a move, we make a video. Sub for Giants Dubs. First question coming in from We Suck Again. That's brutal. We suck again. According to reports, the Bengals don't view T. Higgins as a part of their long-term plans should the Giants trade for him. So I've also read up on some of those reports. He wants a new contract extension. They were trying to get one done before the season started. They were unable to get one done. Sounds like they're not going to negotiate through the year. T. Higgins could potentially be a free agent after this year. Should the Giants trade for him? Look, he's great. No doubt about it. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, had almost 900. He has over 900 yards in every single season. Never had less than 6 touchdowns. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you have Jerry Rice, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, or anybody, if you can't block. If you can't block, it doesn't matter who we're throwing to. It doesn't matter. If Ben Bredeson can't block, if Mark Lewinsky can't block, if Evan Neal can't block, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, the Giants need a number 1 wide receiver. Yes, all the wide receivers looked mid as hell against the Cowboys. Hodgins had a fumble. Paris Campbell, I felt like, didn't play good. Maybe should have caught a couple of balls. Darius Slayton was a non-factor. Hyatt had a drop. Should have caught it. Was a bad throw. Wandale was hurt. Shepard played like 15 snaps. Didn't do anything. He drew a hold one time. Yes, the Giants need another playmaker. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to block, it doesn't matter who you have on this football team. I'll ask you, should the Giants trade for T. Higgins? Sounds like the Bengals are not going to give him a contract extension. Let me know what you think. Type T for trade, type P for pass. I'm going to say pass for now. I'm going to say pass. You need to improve this offensive line. You're not trading for an offensive line. No one trades good ones. Jules the Kid, what up, brother? You think the Giants look to trade for interior offensive line? Yeah. They're on the phones, working the phones right now. But at the end of the day, who is trading a starting offensive guard? You know, I don't think teams do that. Maybe you can get a backup offensive guard that might be able to help this team out, that maybe is a backup on another team. But I just don't see any good teams with good offensive linemen trading those guys. Maybe they go and find a team that has some guard at the depth at the guard spot. There's not that many good offensive linemen in this world. Nobody just has an abundance of O-line. And if they do, they're not trading them for cheap, and they probably don't want to trade them. But yes, I think the Giants are looking to do it. Will they find someone? Not so sure. Ashton coming in with their first ever Super Chat. Well, 2 clap for Ashton. Ashton, we appreciate you. Says, how high are you on the corner duo of Trey and Tay? I thought Tay Banks played good. Had a couple of good pass breakups. He didn't seem phased having to guard some veterans like Brandon Cooks and C.D. Lamb and Michael Gallup. Was not all that impressed with Trey Hawkins, to be quite honest with you. The 37-yard pass interference against Brandon Cooks. He got cooked, then he had to hold. Cooks is good, though. Multi-time 1,000-yard receiver. I think there is potential there for Trey Hawkins, no doubt about it. But I got to see more. He's a 6th-round pick. I like his physicality in the run game. I think he'll come downhill and he'll hit somebody. We saw that on the 4th down conversion by Dallas. They picked it up, but Hawkins was right there. Impressed by Tay Banks for sure. Got to see more from Trey Hawkins, though. Mike, what up, Mike? With how bad the line was yesterday, I tried Neal at guard and Azudu at tackle. Can't get any worse, right? Look, I don't know if it can get worse. I pray it doesn't get worse because I won't be able to handle that, and this show may not happen anymore. I think it may be a little bit too soon, though. A little bit too soon to move Neal to guard. 2 more. You need 2 full seasons. You need 2 full seasons from an offensive line to see if they're good or not. I'd give him 1 more year. But I am 100% benching Mark Lewinsky and starting Josh Azudu. That's 100% what I'm doing, Mike. 100%. Let's ask this question. Do the Giants suck? Do the Giants suck? Do they suck? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Remember, guys, I need you to get hooked up with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code chat125, and they're going to hook you up with a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 into your account, they'll match it. You can bet against the Giants. You could bet on or against the Jets. NBA's around the corner. MLB's going on. You could bet on fighting. We've got your game at BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code chat125. What up, Noah? Thank you for the super chat, my man. If Andrew Thomas is out, do you think we still beat the Cards? A lot tougher. A lot tougher. If he's out, it's going to be tough. We're filming this video on Monday. He's going to have an MRI this week. Results will come out this Wednesday. So I don't know at the time of filming. But if Andrew Thomas is not there, it's going to be tough. But, yes, you should still beat the Cardinals. You're a better football team. You're better coached. And they have Josh Dobbs as their quarterback. Yes, you should beat the Cardinals if Andrew Thomas can't play. Lil Bulldozer says, do you think the Giants will recover mentally? Yes. Yes. They're professionals. They have a good coach in Brian Daboll, good OC in Mike Kafka, strong DC in Wink Martindale. Yes, I do believe the Giants will recover mentally. It's one game. Long season. We're on to Arizona. You got to accept it that you played like poop and you got your butt kicked, but you move on and you take that anger and you put it into your work into the next week. And Giants are going to be ready to go this week. I do believe that. New says move Neal to guard and pick up Jason Peters or Taylor L. Well, Taylor L retired, but I would not be against signing Jason Peters. I think it's a little bit too soon, New, to move Neal to guard. I think that's a year 3 play if he does not pick up his game these next couple of weeks heading into the rest of the season. But, yeah, I would love to sign Jason Peters. He could play guard. He played some guard for the Cowboys. I think he's one of the best free agents left. Him and Dalton Risner, who at the moment has not signed with the team. Again, filming this on Monday. But, yeah, sign Jason Peters. I'm in. Double A, what up? If we gave Daniel Jones top QB salary, when will it happen? It meaning top QB play. Well, he's like the 12th highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And that's about what he is. He's somewhere from 12 to 15, 12 to 17. He's got to be better. No doubt about it. I've been critical of the way he played in week 1. I thought he left some plays on the table. But at the end of the day, when you're pressured on 68% of your dropbacks, there's not really any quarterback in the NFL that's going to make that look beautiful. Did he leave plays on the table? Yes. Did he throw dumb interceptions? Yes. Can he be better? Yes. Will he be better? Yes. Corinne, what up? Is it time to get a new O-line coach? Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. Bobby Johnson. Bobby, your seat's heating up. Your seat's heating up. Yeah, 100%. I don't know if it's time, but yes, it's getting close. It's getting close, no doubt about it. The Big Moo, how do you leave DJ impractically? Exact, yes. Great point here, the Big Moo. Giants were down 40. They took out Andrew Thomas. They took out Saquon Barkley. They took out Darren Waller, but you leave your quarterback in. That's unbelievable, and then that's one of the most disappointing I've ever been in Brian Daboll. Between that and putting a Dory Jackson at punt return, two of my biggest problems I've ever had with Brian Daboll. Not a fan of leaving Daniel Jones in there as you don't have your starting left tackle, tight end, or running back. That's malpractice. If Daniel Jones would have got hurt, the papers would have been all over Brian Daboll. See, Sanders, anybody you see getting let go? No. I wish it was Mark Lewinsky, but no. I don't think the Giants are going to cut anybody for the bad performance that they had. Maybe they end up signing someone like a Risner or a Peters or a Norwell or a Justin Pugh, and they make a move following that, but I don't think anyone just gets cut to get cut. It's 1 week. We're 0-1. Bengals started 0-2. Niners started 0-1. Both those teams made the conference championship last year. It's one loss. Whether you lose 40-0 or you lose on a walk-off field goal, it's one loss at the end of the day. What is your confidence level in this Giants offensive line? Do you believe at all in this O-line? Can they turn it around? Scale it from 1 to 10, 1 being you're not confident, 10 being you're extremely confident. Scale it for me down below. Remember to give me a follow over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'm tweeting about the Giants all day, every day, and it's the first place you can hear about the latest news and rumors. So go down, give me a follow. Twitter @MarshallGreen_.
Oh.
Oh. We're on to Arizona.
On to Arizona. This is the last day.
We're not talking about the Cowboys game after this anymore.
We're done.
We're on to Arizona.
I bet you that's some of their mindset, too. I bet you it's like, hey, we're going to come in Monday. We're going to watch this silent tape. You guys are going to watch your asses get handed to you for the next 2 hours. And then we're on to Arizona. I wonder if I was Daboll right now, I would show them, like, highlights from last year. Like, I would try to get their confidence going again.
Sydney, that's a good point. This week against the Cards, we will see how they bounce back. We'll see how good of a team this is and how well coached they are this week, that's for sure.
Hey, good teams, if you get embarrassed on national TV and you go play a team that could be drafted in the top 5, normally they answer. If the Giants are who they think they are, them only being favored by 4.5 might be the freest money in the world.
This should be a two-possession game win.
It should be 24-14 minimum.
Like fourth quarter, we're seeing Eric Gray get touches.
Daboll and Kafka have to scheme some stuff up.
They got to do something different.
Yep.
They really, really do. They really, really do. All righty, we're going to sign off on today's show. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. You guys are awesome. Shout out to Queenie, $100 super chat, MVP of the show. Everybody that tuned in, everybody that super chatted, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. We'll have videos out the rest of the day. And remember, we'll be live this Sunday, an hour before kickoff. Giants, Cardinals, Week 2, must win. See you then.
Peace.